सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानाम् अज्ञात्वा ते महत्त्वं यदिह निगदितं विश्वनाथ क्षमेथः स्तोत्रं चैतत्सहस्रोत्तरमधिकतरं त्वत्प्रसादाय भूयात् वेधा नारायणीयं श्रुतिषु च जनुषा स्तुत्यता वर्णनेन स्फीतम् लीलावतारैरिदमिह कुरुताम् आयुरारोग्य सौख्यम् आयुरारोग्य सौख्यम्.
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. While we were observing the beauty of Kurmavataram, we also got to see the emerging of Śrīman Mahalakshmi. How does she come? And whom is she going to marry? These are the questions to which the answers are put forth by Bhaṭṭatiri. Tvai datta hrude tadaiva devyai tridashendro manipīṭhikām yatārīt सकलोपहृता अभिषेचनीयैः ऋषयस्तां श्रुतिगिर्भिरभ्यषिञ्चन् तदा एव त्रिदशेन्द्रः the one who is the leader of all the devas, who is Indra, Tridashendraha, the one who is the lord of these directions and all the opulence that you see of the Swargam, the one who is responsible for that. Tada eva tridashendraha vyatarit manipīṭhikām devyai. He gave, the moment he saw Mahalakshmi, he gave a beautiful gem-studded throne for Mahalakshmi to sit. When we look at Sri Vishnu Puranam, Parashara Maharishi takes us through a stuti itself called as Shri Stuti as composed by Indra on Sri Mahalakshmi. Vedanta Deshika says, Avirbhava kalasha jaladha vadhvare vapi yasyaha sthanam yasyat sarasi javanam vishnu vakshasthalam va bhuma yasya bhuvanam akhilam devi divyam padam va stoka praghanair anavadhiguna stuyase sa katham tvam stotavyatvam dishati bhavati dehibhis stuyamana tamevatvam anitaragati stotum ashamsamanaha Siddharamba sakala bhuvana shlaghanīyo bhaveyam sevapeksha tavacharanayoho shreyase kasya nasyat. He describes which are all the places, the residences of Mahalakshmi. So one important residence is when she comes from the Samudra. Because of the Samudra Manthanam, she emerged. Now Indra presented a beautiful gem-studded throne to her. Vyatarit manipīṭhikām devyai datta hrude tvai, and whose heart had been surrendered to you, because he did sharanagati, prapatti to you, Jagannatha, because Samsrit Akshara Vaishnavadhvasu Nrinam. Samsrit Akshara Vaishnavadhvasu. What does it indicate? The Acharya says, Ihaloka Saukhyam, which is Aishwaryam. Samsrit Akshara Kaivalya Jnanam. Vaishnavadhvasu, which is Sri Vaikuntha Prapti, Moksham. All three are bestowed by Mahalakshmi. Aishwaryam Aksharagatim Paramam Padam Va, says Parashara Bhatta. So here, Rishayaha Abhyashinchan Tam. Thereby, those rishis who had gathered there, because they received Mahalakshmi's form called as Kamadhenu, Surabhi, in their presence. So when they saw Mahalakshmi, when Vedanta Deshika says, he says, Kalyananam Avikalanidhi Kapi Karunya Sima Nitya Moda Nigamavachasam Maulimandara Mala Sampat Divyam Madhuvijainaha Sannidhattam Sadami Saisha Devi Sakala Bhuvanaf Prarthana Kamadhenuhu. That Kamadhenu, that Surabhi, when it was bestowed to the rishis, now they saw Jagannmata Mahalakshmi. So what did they do? Datta Hriday Tvai Rishayaha Abhyashinchanatam. Thereby those sages, they did Abhishekam to her and they read the mantras for her. Shrutigir Bhihi. So Girbhihi, Shrutigir Bhihi. They were singing the mantras from the Vedas. Sakala Upahrita Abhishechaniyehi. Those ingredients that are required for the Pattabhishekam of Shri Mahalakshmi, all that was being presented to her. Abhisheka Jala Anupati Mugdhatvad Apangair Avabhushitanga Manikundala Gita Chelahara Pramukhaistamaraadayon Vabhushan Amaradayaha Anvabhushanatam. Amaradayaha, the Devas and the others, Anvabhushanatam, they all embellished her, adorned her, because she is Shri Mahalakshmi. Shouldn't she adorn us? But now the children get to do their part of adorning their mother. So that is why he says, Anvabhushanatam, Mani Kundala Pita Chela Hara Pramukhaihi. Pita Chelam. So, when Narayana is described, every time he is always described as the one who wears yellow silk robes. Here, incidentally, Mahalakshmi is called Pita Chela Hara Pramukhaihi. Pita Chela, garments which were yellow in color. But when we deal with the same Mahalakshmi who has been described in Kurmavatara Ghattam in Adi Parva of Sri Mahabharatam, it is mentioned as Shweta, white. But here Bhaṭṭatiri says Pita Chela. So these are all small differences that may not matter much to us, because whether it is yellow or white, she is at the end of the day Shri Mahalakshmi Jagannmata. Manikundala Pita Chelahara Pramukhaihi. So she is sporting beautiful ornaments. He says Mani Kundala, those ornaments which adorn her face. Mani Kundala Pita Chela Hara Pramukhaihi. She is wearing beautiful necklaces. Avabhushitanga Vallim. Avabhushitanga Valli. Valli means creeper. So he says Avabhushitanga Vallim. That creeper. Who is this creeper? Shri Mahalakshmi. When there is a shloka that describes the Tamil mystic poetess Andal, it is said, Shri Vishnu Chitta Kulanandana Kalpavalli Shri Rangaraja Harichandana Yoga Drishyam Sakshat Kshamam Karunaya Kamalamivanyam Godam Ananya Sharanaha Sharanam Prapadye. She is called Lata or Valli. She is called as a creeper. Avabhushitanga Valli. Then he says, Abhisheka Jala Anupati Mugdhatvad. Now, her glances, when we describe the eyes of Mahalakshmi, we say they look as if the petals of a newly blossomed lotus were attached to her face. So it looks so large and it extends till the ears. So apangaihi, smeravaktra vibhasi, says Vedanta Deshika. When Mahalakshmi looks at us, she also gives a smile with a dimple. Smeravaktra vibhasi. Similarly, he says, Abhisheka Jala Anupati Mugdhatvad apangaihi. So her charming sidelong glances, he says, Anupati Mugdhatvai apangaihi, along with the holy waters. See, whenever we do any good samskara in our house, we do Veda Parayana. So what do? We keep Kalasha, Jala Kalasham, and then in that Kalasham there will be water. As you keep reciting the Vedas, it is believed water, being one of the Panchabhutas, has the ability to take in the essence of all the mantras which are being recited. Finally, there will be an Avabhrita Snanam that will be asked to be taken by the Karta. Either it could be a single person or a pair. So they will be given bath in that. So similarly, Mahalakshmi, it is said, Mugdhattvadapangaihi Abhisheka Jala. So that Abhisheka Jalam had the effect of all the mantras that Shruti Gir Bhihi, where the Vedas were recited. Now, what did she do after she sat? The Pattabhishekam was done. She has to finally adorn Bhagavan. Varanasrajamatta bringanadam dadhati sa kucha kumbha mandayana padashinjita manjunu puratvam kalita vrila vilasamasasada sa asasadatvam. She, that Mahalakshmi, approached you. How did she approach you? Sa asasadatvam dadhati varanasrajam. With the garland that is meant to adorn you, to marry you, the wedding garland, she approached you. Atta bringanadam. That garland that she carried with beautiful flowers were attracting those bees that will hover around the flowers. Angam harehe pulaka bhushanam ashrayanti bhringanganeva mukula bharanam tamalam angikrita khila vibhutir apangalila mangalyadastu mama mangala devatayaha. So she is called as a mangala devata. Atta bringanadam kucha kumbha mandayana. So she walked with a gait where, because of the weight of her bosoms, her hip was bending. So he says kucha kumbha mandayana. So there was a very calibrated, slow gait, because she looks like a creeper. Padashinjita manjunupura. As she would walk, her anklets would make that jingle. So he gives that sound. Padashinjita manjunupura padashinjita tantakita padashinjita tantakita padashinjita 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 tantakita 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 padashinjita manjunupura tvam. So she walks with that gait. Kalita vrila vilasam, kalita vrila vilasam. That beauty, it was even enhanced. See, Mahalakshmi is the personification of beauty. How did that get enhanced? Kalita vrila vilasam, with that coyness that was attached to her eyes and her face. There was a little coyness, that shyness that she had, that enhanced her beauty, says Bhaṭṭatiri. So, whom did she marry? That is where, there is a great poet of the Karnataka Pradesha called as Purandaradasa, who takes us through her swayamvaram. He says, it seems the father, Samudra Raja, asked his daughter, will you marry the lord of Badarika Ashramam, Badrinath? She said, no, Papa, it's very cold. Will you marry the one who will be in Ayodhya? No, Papa, he is very handsome to look at. Prabhu, Sri Ramachandra, Ramalalla is very beautiful to look at. But see, there was one woman who wanted to marry him, called Shurpanaka. She lost her nose and some parts of her ears, I believe. I won't marry him as well. So will you marry Srinath Ji of Dwaraka? Throughout Rajasthan and Gujarat, he spread as Govardhana Giridhari Srinath Ji. No, Papa. Chappan bhog, he will keep eating. So I cannot live with a person who is always a glutton. Will you marry Vithala of Pandharpur? No, Papa. He stands on one brick. Vitthal. So how long will it take for him to even construct a dwelling for us? No, I am not going to marry him. Will you marry Purushottama, Jagannatha of Purushottama Kshetram Puri in Odisha? No, Papa. His sister Subhadra will also be there in this house. How can I live with my sister-in-law? I don't think I'll be able to adjust. Will you marry the Lord of Sri Guruvayur? Well, Papa, that is a very good choice. I will be happy to marry, but isn't he short? Yes. Then in that case, will you choose the Lord of Srirangam in Tamil Nadu? Maybe yes. Lakshmi, Kshira Samudra Raja Tanayam, Sriranga Dhamishwari. I may choose him or Guruvayur. Give me some time. She said, Kalita Vrila Vilasam. So Kalita Vrila Vilasam is where she had that coyness. So she is going to garland Bhagavan, and what we have witnessed now is a beautiful Lakshmi swayamvaram.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण